I'd rather be more toward, the cinematic, kind of stuff that takes you to a whole different world. If you close your eyes and lay back or whatever, that sounded corny, huh?
I'm Katie Daryl, and now listen, Mick Mars is my guest today. What the what? Mick, I am so psyched to have you here today.
I don't know. I'm here.
Let's go ahead and talk about solo Mick, all right? The new solo album is called The Other Side of Mars. Chef's kiss to that one because, the title is amazing. Is that something that you had always had in your back pocket and thought about, when I put out my solo, this is what it's going to be named? Or did it kind of come up when you were riffing in the room?
When I started this thing, like how many years ago? I don't know, 5, 6 years ago. I had no idea what I was going to call it. My band was what it was. And when I wrote a song, it was for them. But there was another side to me. So I was like, okay, Other Side of Mars will be working very well.
Mick, what's interesting is when I was going through the press releases and, reading up to do my journalism preparedness for this interview, you had specifically said that there is a Motley side and a Mars side, and either way, you always had a clear vision. What does that mean? How did you know, when something felt like a Mick Mars song versus a Motley song?
With Motley Crue, they were more anthemish. That's cool. Hook songs are great. But there was, the way I was thinking for my stuff is a little different than that. Aside from Loyal to the Lie, that song is just more of like, I got to put that one out there first, to give a taste of where it is. But as you go with the album, towards the third song on side A, is kind of a direction that I really want to head into. But it's more of an introduction to that kind of a thing, to where I would like to go just a little deeper on that kind of stuff, which is more like a cinematic. Mm-hmm. The solo per se is like, it's an extension of the music that I'm writing now. So it isn't really a solo. It's another melody that would go within, like, what do you call that? Weaving in and out of this song.
Well, I'd love to kind of go through the album, the catalog a little bit, because the songs are great and it is different and it doesn't sound like Motley. You already mentioned the first single off the solo album. This is, I believe it was quoted from you as being big and mean. It is. I truly try to listen to things and think, like, if I didn't know who this was, who would I think? And I immediately was like, this was like Rob Zombie. I was like, this is not what I ever thought of Mick Mars. I was like, this is dirty. This is big. This is gnarly. This is, it was very intense. How did it feel being in the studio to do something so big and mean?
It's a good release. Because it's been there for a while, I have stuff probably recorded back in the tape days. I have no tape machine anymore. But, on Pro Tools, I have ideas from way back, I guess from the final tour in 2015 and even further back than that.
I think the overall theme here is it's heavy, it's intense. This isn't pop rock, and this isn't just, straightforward metal. This, it just has meats and layers to it. Is that the right way to say it?
Yeah, and you know what else about it is the way that I'm thinking is, I don't intentionally or intend to ever try to out-heavy the heavy guys, the black metal guys or this, that, and This is just my own thoughts, and my own way of playing and approaching the song. I'd rather be more toward, the cinematic, kind of stuff that takes you to a whole different world. If you close your eyes and lay back or whatever, that sounded corny, huh?
you worked with some old friends and new friends on this album. I believe that you called it a crack team of players that joined you, but also a very familiar and old friend, producer Michael Wagner, who famously did the Motley Crue debut album circa 1981-ish, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
What was it like getting together and, because you had brought him to the band and introduced, and brought him on board to that project. And so to be so many years later together in that studio again, how did it feel?
Great. Michael's been my friend for, good Lord, he pre-Motley Crue, and back in the late 70s, 78, 79, maybe 77 even. We go way back. And Udo as well, all those guys, And so, hanging out with them again and re-recording and doing that stuff, awesome.
The solo album is called The Other Side of Mars. This is the silly part. I got a pop quiz for you. It is about the planet Mars. Is Mars smaller or bigger than Earth?
Smaller.
It is smaller. It's 53% smaller to be exact. All right. Earth is the third rock from the sun. What is Mars?
Fourth
rock. There we go. All right. What color is associated with the planet Mars?
They say it is. They say it's red, but it's kind of like an iron color here and there.
All right. And how many moons does the planet Mars have? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
3.
2! Oh, got you on one.
Oh, well.
Almost 100%. Mick, I love talking to you today and learning about the solo process. Is there going to be more? I mean, listen, this is coming out. It's coming out in 2024. We already got a taste of Loyal to the Lie. Right Side of the Wrong is right around the corner as another single. Undone will be coming after that. Will there then be another album? Are you already tinkering away?
Yes, absolutely. I've already got 4 pretty solid ideas that are a little more, it's not advanced. It's like in more in a direction of like Undone or something more cinematic, but it's still pretty thick.
Well, congratulations on the solo album, Mick. It really is great. I enjoyed listening to the tracks. Like I said, when Loyal to the Lie, when I popped that on and was listening to it, I was surprised and pleasantly surprised because it wasn't what I was expecting. I unfortunately, tried to judge a book by its cover, and this single made me rethink that. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you. I don't think it's what people expected from me, and I, also within that thought, I go like, maybe I'll lose some fans because I'm moving in this direction. Maybe I'll gain some more. It's like, but it's cool.
I think if anything, it will help you gain. I think it gives a new credibility to you and your musicianship and your brand.
Yeah, well, see, that's what I was saying. Like when you said that to me, I was very complimented from that. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good one, all right?
Okay, you too.
Hey there, thanks for watching AXS TV. Subscribe, follow, like, and do all the good stuff. And make sure you leave a comment below. I don't know, just let us know what your favorite AXS TV show is, or who your favorite bands are, and what artists you're into, or just say hi, man. I'd like to be told hi. We love hearing from you. That's the point, all right? Keep it coming.